Last night, Barcelona and Real Madrid faced off in the Copa del Rey Final, which was the most fiercely contested El Clásico of the season. Barcelona started the game with greater intent and took the lead through Pedri halfway through the first period, following the events of the night before, when Real Madrid requested a change of referee. Throughout the first half, the Catalans maintained their dominance and created a few opportunities that they failed to take advantage of. But after the interval, Real Madrid returned to the match with greater intent and utterly dominated Barcelona. Before Aurélien Tchouaméni put the club ahead, Kylian Mbappé tied the score with a straight free kick. In the cup final, Barcelona tied the score at 2-2 late in the match thanks to fantastic goals from Ferran Torres and Lamine Yamal. Both teams had their moments in extra time after Flick's team's last-minute penalty was turned down. Ultimately, Barcelona won the Copa del Rey when Jules Koundé buried a winner. The Barcelona 3-2 Real Madrid player ratings are provided by Barca Universal. Szczęsny Wojciech, 8. With Real Madrid always having trouble with Barcelona's offside trap, the goalie had very few shots to save in the first half. Late in the first period, he and Martinez entered a brutal challenge on Vinicius Jr., but the penalty was overturned for offside. Early in the second half, he made a spectacular double stop to keep Real Madrid out. Martin Gerrard, 6.5. Despite having enormous shoes to fill at the beginning of the game, the youthful left-back played good defense to contain Rodrigo. Barcelona frequently built up the left wing, so he was always involved in the build-up phase. Martinez Íñigo, 7.5. Performed excellent other from that one mistake, but was fortunate to avoid giving Real Madrid a penalty by a close offside. Íñigo was instrumental in Barcelona's build-up play and held up the offside trap flawlessly, showcasing his exceptional passing skills on the evening. Cubarsí Pau, 7. Without Cubarsí's crucial interception, which stopped a deadly Real Madrid counter and turned it into a Barca attack, Barcelona would not have scored their first goal. Against a challenging opponent, he was more aware than he had seemed in recent games, kept his line and ground well, and made no distribution mistakes. Kounde Jules, 8.5. Though he did not contribute as much as he typically does in the final third, the Frenchman did well to hold Vinicius Jr. in check-out on the right side. Given Barcelona's preference for left-wing channels for build-ups, Kounde assumed a more defensive role and performed admirably overall. Scored a spectacular long-range goal that put the ball out of Courtois' reach with a powerful blow. Frenkie de Jong, 7. Alongside Pedri, the Dutchman dominated the midfield and played a fantastic shift off the ball in the middle of the park. He had an outstanding game without making much noise. He frequently tried to advance the ball vertically with some much-needed directness, and his distribution was generally spot-on. Unnecessarily allowed Kylian Mbappé to convert a free kick. Pedri, 7. There was no better night for Pedri González to score a rare goal than this one, as he hit a brilliant drive from outside the area that left Thibaut Courtois unable to stop it. At La Cartuja, he assisted the side in gaining a much-needed lead, but he did not dominate the match as he usually does. Was careless with his distribution and the ball. Dani Olmo, 6.5. In what was also his first start in an El Clásico, Olmo began the game as Barcelona's media punta. Although he was somewhat off-color and unable to fully apply his deft touch, he did live up to his reputation as a chaos maker in the latter third. Although he had trouble wriggling out and connecting, Olmo did manage to get the ball in confined situations. Yamal Lamine, 8.5. Due to Barcelona's lack of a striker and their failure to build up as much on his flank as anticipated, Lamine Yamal was largely quiet during the first half. On the wing, however, he posed a real threat to Fran Garcia and even earned the assist for Pedri's first goal with a brilliant pass selection. He threw the ball into Torres' path to set him free on goal for the equalizer, earning a second assist out of thin air. Rafinha, 5. The Brazilian player hardly made any offensive runs or ventures behind the defense during the first half, which was incredibly quiet. It goes without saying that Alejandro Balde's absence severely harmed his wing dominance. After the interval, he wasted two excellent opportunities with ill-executed shots that missed the mark. One a late penalty in the final seconds of play, but it was strangely disallowed. Torres Ferran, 7. Although Torres performed admirably when running behind the defense, he lacked Robert Lewandowski's typical physicality and finisher's aura. Contributed effectively to the pressuring structure of the club, but did not escape the Real Madrid defense as much as Hansi Flick would have liked. took the ball around Thibaut Courtois and calmly finished to give Barcelona the equalizer late in the game.